G'day everybody, my name is Tasha Eloise, and yes, this is another video of Unplugged sessions. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be doing a cover of Wonderwall by Oasis, classic song. The first song actually I ever learnt on the guitar quite a few years ago when I think it was 11, yes. And before I get started, I wanted to say a quick thank you to all the people who have messaged me over the past 48 hours or 3 days. Obviously, you know that I'm in Japan and we have experienced some tremors and quakes coming from the Kumamoto region. But all is good, we're all safe here, and my thoughts and prayers go out to those people who've been affected in Kumamoto. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this cover. Thank you. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you've gotta do. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it out. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Wonderwall. Thank you for listening to Unplugged Session Confession. This is now the confession segment. It's been a very, very long time since I've been able to actually talk about this and go public about this. If you aren't one of my closest friends, you probably don't know this about me. When I grew up, I went through a very difficult stage of self-acceptance, as everybody does. The reason why I went through this is because I was born with something on my neck called a birthmark. And that birthmark was no problem, no issue when I was a kid. You know, I grew up, I was playing, I was singing, I was performing, and I didn't care. I really didn't care. And it got to the point where I went to school and I started going to primary school and meeting people, and people saw this on my neck and said, "Ew, what's that?" And that initial reaction just really hurt me because I thought, well, what's what? No one had really ever picked it up before and said something rude or wrong about it. And people were calling me names and saying, "Oh, is that poo on your neck?" Or, you know, look, I don't have to get into the details about it, but people can be pretty cruel. So I grew up all through my teenage years, even now, with this issue surrounded by this tiny little spot on my neck. You know, I was researching, how can I get this removed? How much would it cost? What's the doctor going to say? I went and saw the doctor and they said, look, if you want to remove it, you can, but there's going to be a problem with your vocal cords because of where it's positioned. It could mean that you run the risk of not being able to sing again. And at that point I thought, is this really worth it? And we get so caught up about comparing ourselves and not being good enough, and the list goes on, and I can tell you that so many people go through the same thing in just different contexts. So I wanted to stand here, or sit here before you and tell you, yes, I have a birthmark, and I hope that one day I have the strength to say, this is not only my birthmark, but my trademark. And I want to spread the message that you and we should not compare ourselves to anybody else. We shouldn't say, oh, she's skinny, oh, she has this hair color, oh, I want that so much. Work on the things that are in your control. And the things that you aren't in control of, accept that. And this is coming from someone who really had a tough time growing up and accepting oneself. And it's not about what's on the outside, really. I was experiencing some of the earthquake tremors not long ago, and I thought to myself, if anything happened to me, I want to make sure I live my life to the fullest I can. And hiding my neck with scarves in 30-degree heat is not the way I should be living. So thank you. Thank you for your support, and thank you for watching. Let me know if you had a similar story, if you want to share it. For now, that's everything. Cheers.